Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm Lizzie Miller and I'm sitting next to Mr. Frank Foster. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, what's going on, Frank?
Same
Got a
old,
lot of
same
stuff
old.
going on.
Yeah, man, in the grind, man. New album time, so we're trying to get that out there. Super excited about new music. It's always a good time for us.
Absolutely. So, I know you have a new album coming out and you've recently released your first single off of it. Tell
Yes,
us about
ma'am.
that.
New album coming. The new single is out now. Something about being free, doing really well for us. The video's out on YouTube on my YouTube channel, and fans have taken and run with it. It's doing great.
Absolutely. And speaking of YouTube, you've had a lot of viewers on there, close to 10 million. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what they're telling me.
Woo! That is great.
Yeah, man, our fans, man, since day one, our fans, anything we put out, they take it and they run with it, and it's a beautiful thing, man. So, 10 million views, man, that's a lot, man. That's a lot.
Yeah, and I also have to brag on him some more. He's had 18 million Spotify downloads. Wow!
Yeah,
I mean, did you have a party for that? I mean, what kind of celebrations going on for that? That's incredible.
yeah, it's pretty incredible,
Congrats.
man. The Spotify spins are kicking on up there for us too, man. And like you
Yeah.
said, it's another tip of the hat to the fans, man.
So good.
They're the best, no doubt about it.
And I know your fans are special to you and special at heart because you write all of your songs. And it's a very personal connection that you have with your fan base and your live performances. Tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. I since the very beginning, I've always tried to have a connection with your fans because if you want to make a living in this business, the reality is whether people want to say it or not, those are the fans are the people that pay your bills.
Absolutely.
So you want to put out the kind of music that they want to hear, and you also want to be reachable and be real. And I've always made it a point to stay after every show, whether we're playing to 300 or 3,000. If you want to pay money and come watch us play, we're going to wait and shake your hand at the end if you want to do that. So I think that's
Yeah.
a big reason that our fan base has stuck with us so long and been so loyal to us, because the people who come out and see the live shows, they get to meet us and get to see we're just real folks. We just play guitar
Definitely.
for a living.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know you've opened up some shows for Hank Williams Jr. and a lot of other people. Tell us that experience. I've met Mr. Hank Williams Jr. before. He's a card, but what's he like?
Yeah.
Have you gotten to sing with them or anything like that, or just?
I have. He's
Oh.
a full deck of cards, is
Woo!
what he is. Yeah,
Tell us about that.
Got to sing with Hank. First of all, just getting the call to go out with a guy like that, so legendary. You're talking to Mount Rushmore country music when you're talking about Hank Jr. In my opinion, just it's unbelievable. It was indescribable to get the call and then to be able to close out the show with him a couple times, and he calls you back out on the stage and you get to sing Family Tradition with him.
Isn't that a
It's like
wonderful feeling?
mind blowing. It's one of those. I told someone earlier today, it's like you go back to the bus and after that happens and you don't know whether to laugh or cry. It's
Right.
that much emotion ran through me.
You do
because-
both.
Yeah, that's right, because he was big inspiration on me.
Yeah.
Huge.
That's awesome. And I know you're from Louisiana,
Uh-huh.
not far from where I was born and raised. I'm from
That's right.
Texas.
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 That's right.
Louisiana and swampland.
That's
So,
right, that's right.
what part of Louisiana?
You know what? Actually, I wasn't from the swamp parts. I was from up north Louisiana. If people know where Ruston, Louisiana,
Oh, I know where you're at.
where Louisiana Tech University is, I was actually north of there.
Okay.
My dad's house, my mom and dad's place where I was raised, about 9 miles from Arkansas. So I always tell people I missed a good chance of being a hillbilly. So, but I'm still in Louisiana and mighty, mighty proud of that. So.
Yeah, and I know you've had previous albums that have hit the Billboard top 10 and
Yeah.
all that good stuff. Tell us a little bit of history on your previous albums.
Yeah, well.
So I know you're
mean,
having a lot of success and you've
yeah,
had
we're doing
previous
good.
success.
In our world, we're batting 1,000, ain't no doubt. But yeah, we've been able to lucky enough to have a couple albums debut in the Billboard top 10, and a couple debut in the top 20, and then one in the top 40. And basically every album we've ever put out's made a mark in Billboard some way, shape, form, or
That's
fashion.
so good.
And that may not be that big of a deal for a Jason Aldean or anybody like that, but for someone who's doing things completely on their own
Sure.
with no record label except for Lone Chief Records mine, we kind of do everything in house, and to do that independently and
Sure.
and to be able to once every couple of years, tap them on the shoulder and be like,
Yeah.
hey, we're still here. It's a great feeling. I'm not going to lie.
Definitely.
I love when that happens.
You're a true inspiration, especially for the independent talent out there that's listening and watching right now. What are some words of advice or encouragement that you could give them for them just to keep pushing on and keeping on? Because it's a tough business, but
Yes.
if it's meant to be, it will work out.
Anybody who's been in the music business for any amount of time, you know, even if you're on a major label, you know, I've got friends who are, and it's never easy, you know, whether you've got $1 million behind you or not. But
Right.
for those independent artists out there, you have to treat, I mean, the way we've always looked at it in my camp is nobody's going to care about it like you are. So whether you're selling 10,000 records a year or you're selling one a year, that's your baby. Just, you know, keep petting it, keep raising it, and keep pushing. You know, use social media. I built my whole career basically.
Yeah, so many people are doing that. It's incredible
off
now.
of YouTube. We was right on the cusp of that when social media first got big. Is when I first started coming out. And
So did you just put like a homemade video out there or a live band video?
The first thing that the public ever seen of me was I was working on a drilling rig in the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh.
Playing guitar is way more fun than that, by the way. But I used to get off work and play for the guys out there. And our safety man at the time, a buddy of mine named Adam Sanders, I still talk to him to this day.
Oh, yeah.
He shot a little video of me, and he said, man, I'm going to put this on YouTube. I was like, what is YouTube? I didn't even know. So that was probably in 08, 09, something like that. And he put that thing on YouTube, and, you know, terrible quality. I sounded terrible. The guitar was out of tune, but people took it and ran with it.
Yeah.
And
You know, less is more, though. I mean,
less is more. That's right.
People like
And
that raw, authentic
It was
type.
bare bones.
Yeah.
And people took it and ran with it.
Gravitate towards it.
Yeah, and I said, man, when I get, and I was starting to work on an album at the time, and I was like, if they like this, and we get this album
You got nothing to worry about. You just keep going.
we might have something. So,
Yeah.
So we put that out, and since day one, man, our fans have just been, you know,
That's
they've
incredible.
been our champion.
That's
no
so
doubt
good.
about it.
And
No
you're
doubt
also a
about it.
dad, too. Is that right?
I am a dad.
So you got a little one looking up to you, following your footsteps. Look at mine. I just have concealer that covers up mine.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
have a 7-year-old son. So I completely understand that. But you're truly living the dream. So
I am living the dream. I pinch myself sometimes. You know, I would have.
Can I try it?
Yes, you can. I dreamed about, you know, kind of living the life that I live now, and we don't do anything extravagant or live beyond our means because we're not those type of people, but we're doing pretty good, you know.
He's a good country boy, y'all.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good, and you know, the band's doing good, the family's good, and I make a living
doing what you
running
love.
up and down the road playing music. You know,
So good.
It don't get much better.
So
than that.
good.
I've had worse jobs. I guarantee you.
We all have.
Yeah, I guarantee you, I've had worse jobs.
Yeah. So what else is on the horizon for you?
You know what? Just planning for our 2019 to probably be our biggest touring year yet.
Woo!
Yeah.
Any dates or states set up yet?
I don't
or
have
just
anything
everything's
set
in the
up
works?
yet because we are, you know, with my booking agency, we are in the planning stages right now. But the past probably, well, basically every year I've ever toured since 2011, I've kept it to 40 or 50 shows. And
that's good.
I think
That's a good balance.
year,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna push that up a little bit. And,
Yeah.
Get on out there and get it. You might as well.
Get plenty of sleep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, look, I gotta go.
And lots of water and coffee.
Yeah,
and take your vitamins. Stay healthy.
Yeah.
Got to stay healthy to keep going in
Ain't
this
no
business
doubt.
for sure.
Ain't no doubt. Or act like you're trying to. At least that's what I do. I'm healthy about 3
That's
days
so
a week.
funny.
So,
Yeah, definitely. So you're a country boy. So what do you like to do? I know you like the outdoors.
I love it.
What do you do when you're off the road?
When I'm off the road, I usually shut my tour down 1st of November every year, and we use that to catch up with family and friends. And
Holidays.
Yep, holidays, do that whole thing, but I spend the majority of that time in a deer stand. I enjoy the outdoors where I grew up, you know, my whole family back in Louisiana. That's what we grew up doing. It's more than a sport to us, and really, you step back one generation to my dad, it wasn't a sport, it was a survival tool. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You know, we don't come from a lot. and my dad worked his rear end off, and we stepped up a level, and that's all that me and my brother have tried to do. And so I love to hunt. It takes me back. You know, that in that time in the deer stand is a good time to reflect.
Definitely.
You know, reflect back on the year and think about what you might do next. And so deer hunting and turkey hunting, I really enjoy. I like to get out on the side by side and ride around a little bit. Don't tear up.
Fun.
Don't tear
I've
up
never
too
been
much stuff.
four-wheeling, but I have a lot of friends that do
You're
it.
from
So
Texas and you've never been
it's
on a
awful.
four-wheeler?
I've been on a horse. I've been on a farm, but not a four-wheeler.
Well, if you can ride a horse, that's way cooler than a four-wheeler.
Yeah, that's funny. So, Frank, how can people look you up? What's your website and all that good stuff?
Yeah, frankfostermusic.com. You can basically go from there and find anything. That's where all our merchandise and all our gear and all that good stuff, tour dates and all
that
that's
good
there.
stuff.
All that good stuff, yeah. And
Yeah.
actually, the new album, that the CDs are on sale there now for pre-order, and we've got vinyl this time. So
Oh,
we're
that's so good.
super excited about that.
Ooh, that is exciting.
Yeah, and our
You hear that?
Yeah, and our social medias are my handle on Instagram and Twitter is at the Frank Foster, and Frank Foster Music on Facebook. So we out there.
We out there.
We
He's out there.
man.
Well, keep a lookout for Mr. Frank. He's doing a lot of good things, and best of luck to you. And it was a pleasure speaking with you and meeting you today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being on the
having us.
show. Yeah.
New album September
New album.
21st, y'all. Come on.
Go get
that
it.
thing.
All right. Peace out, y'all. See ya.